Intro 10 seconds of chewing. Look at this handsome demon in the camera. Um, this video is a tricky one. By the time that it's up, maybe I will have deleted my social media, specifically my main Instagram account. My spam, maybe that one too, but I'm on the fence whether or not to keep it. It just has like sort of like brand imaging on it, like Gabrielle kind of shit. Um, but I think we'll take this video as a chance to be like fully accountable and like fully not fully accountable. There's not enough emotional strength right now in my heart and of mental bandwidth in my head to fully see about everything that plagues me and that keeps me down. And this human emotion is so interesting. You're mad at 1 second, next time you're not. But and I wish my life was like a turn-based RPG. Every time I had to make a decision, you could just float and stay on my character until I finally made it. Like, but time didn't move. But unfortunately, decision paralysis does not freeze time. And going back and forth on a topic, on a decision you should make, does not stop time. But I think it's really difficult when the decision never has a deadline. It's just something that comes up every now and then, but you let it go. Um, but letting it go continuously never changes the status quo. And you end up here again, like this decision to delete social media, specifically my main Instagram account. Probably go back to it again. If I don't do it now, I'll probably go back to it again in like I don't know a month, not maybe even less. Uh, and it's sort of like why, you know. Um, maybe by the time this goes up, some people might have called me and asked like, "Yo, what the fuck happened and shit." I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I have the strength right now to explain why my whole thought process. People will call it impulsive. I think it's impulsive. I agree, but to finally tear myself away from, you know, all external thoughts and opinions, both said, implied, and created in my head. Um, I think I think we just can't keep going on like this. Can't keep going on. At least for me, and improvement. Things will tell you like take things like step by step. I think that's fair. And it's probably like a more healthy way to go about change in life. But I feel like all the big changes in my life have happened like really destructively, I guess, positive and negative. Like it's just been a huge band aid tear. It was never like peeling it back. Um, but I kind of want to take this video as a chance to like be accountable and like really look into like why I feel like of all the shackles that I've placed on my life, I feel like it's the internet usage and specifically Instagram that has really warped uh, my life. And it's not Instagram's fault; it is my own fault that has warped my life so much in like the last however many years. Um, I attach so much of my being to it because I have somehow deluded myself and believe my Instagram is like my kingdom, and that it's this thing that like fully makes up me to you know the persona I have, I guess. But the online jokes and like the shit I put out onto the internet, I act like it doesn't like matter to me and like I don't care and shit. But to be honest, I feel like it's a trauma response. I feel like it's this weird uh, impulse to like show off or feel like this is all a big joke and like I really don't feel uh, shame or guilt and shit. But to be honest, it's been how many years since we've left uh, high school, an environment where I deemed everyone as equal. It's been 5 years. And I continue to live my social media life as if we're all this one big thing, that we're all still together and stuff. Truth be told, Um, I don't think it's healthy to continue to see everyone else do the things they're doing. Like all power to them, but I think comparison is sneakier than you think. It's not as blatant as my life is what there is, and I wish it was like theirs. I think it's like the subtle things and like the small things you wish for that you don't have. And I feel like to look at it all universally, it's either I keep Instagram around and continue to let my life like devolve um through paralysis of deleting it and through like comparison of everybody else and wanting to show off or whatever the fuck. Or I just delete the social media app. The app that I constantly say I don't like, but I keep around because I think it's funny. But I think a part of it is like it's like symbiotic. Like I don't want to lose it. Yeah, I'm kind of terrified of like the silence that would come from not having it, like the not being able to keep up with everybody. Even though half the people, over 90% of the people I follow on there and view my story, I don't speak to on a daily basis. But I like to pretend that like this is more community than it is. Um, but you know, I feel like to hold it around and keep holding onto it and being one of like the shackles that I think I let hold my life back. It's just not healthy. And I feel like there'll come a point. I'm soft launching it now. There'll come a point where, because the way that my sort of mental health issues kind of all congregate is like everything kind of comes together as like one big thing. You know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but like when I feel bad about school or like family, it's like you bring in social media, you bring in like your social difficulties, you bring in like your physical health and stuff. Everything comes together to create like this dark cloud. And then it's like, knowing me, uh soft launching that I would get mad at people or like scream at like my friends for shit that they don't deserve. And it's all because like I just refuse to be like responsible with like certain decisions and admitting that like this is not like healthy for me and shit. But like when you talk about it, people will tell you like, no, it's impulsive, and even internally you'll be like, I'm gonna lose so much and stuff, like all the old DMs and stuff. But just the nature of me saying like I don't want to lose those old DMs kind of shows that like, hey, um, I do live in the past. My whole being on that social media is about conversing about my past or bringing up old stuff, and I feel like to continue to do so will only hurt me more as the years go by. Like, shit, this is like a really big turning point. Um, and I look at it in the mirror. Like I don't talk to any of these people, but I like to pretend that I'm losing out on something by deleting it, or like I'll feel like I'm left out or whatever. Uh, and then I will go around and say like I'm okay being alone. It's like pick one, dude. Stop lying to yourself or stop lying to other people. And I think if I had to pick, I'd rather delete social media and go on my own sabbatical before I get mad at anybody or continue to like look at other people and like compare my life or like blame my life on them or shit like that. Because no one's gonna listen to you. Like when you keep complaining about stuff, you could easily change. Maybe not easily, but you could change. And I think you gotta let that little boy, like the young Aaron Rivera that I keep cosplaying as on social media, you gotta put him to rest. He's not here no more. You know, like I like to think it makes me laugh. It does. It's complicated. Things that make you laugh, shit like that, you want to keep, but it also hurts you. But no, that's not true. It's not that it hurts me, but my usage of it has become extremely like problematic, and I feel like I'm gonna come back to this conversation again if I don't do it now. If I don't delete it, because it's always gonna be here. It's always gonna be that cloud above me that I'm just never like comfortable with fully disregarding. But maybe by speaking to my current audience, the chewing gum audience, like my real fan base, maybe you gotta let it go. Because if you guys see that I'm still on social media after this video, if this video does go up, I think it says a lot that I am unable to make my own decisions. I'm able to take responsibility for my choices in life that I want to continue to fence it forever and just be like, no, it doesn't really affect me, but it does. But you just it just feels lame to admit shit like that. To admit that like Instagram like does have an effect on your life or your screen time does affect your life. But it's either you can keep for me talking to myself, but either I can keep pretending like it doesn't and continue to live the life that I very clearly am unhappy with, or like make drastic changes and just keep cutting out the things that I think make my life unhappy. Because eventually someone's got to change, right? You know, it's not gonna kill me. Losing Instagram won't kill me, and if anything, losing it won't kill me. But continue to compare myself and like live this weird life on it that is like escapism from my real life. I think it will kill me one day. I'm like soft launching my disappearance. Don't age restrict this video. Um. So yeah, when this video goes up, maybe A Vera will be gone. Yappy LK, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I feel like I should delete both though. Just go all in. Um, and stuff like that. I don't know. But chat, true honesty. I think I am. Not I think I am unhappy with the state of my life right now, and I feel like to continue to go back and forth in my head and like continue to think why I shouldn't do it, but like want to do it, will never will never heal from that. And I think the fact that there's always a conversation, because it's not like I haven't seen the other way, so why don't just keep it around forever? But the fact this conversation keeps coming up in my head and I keep arguing myself about it, I think that's my true answer right there. You know what I'm saying? Because if I really did believe in just keeping it around, why would I keep having like internal struggle on keeping it, right? So this is it for the Ayavera chat. I'm going to go quietly. As much as I love to play up my Instagram like persona, I think this is it, or I'd like it to be it. When this video goes up, I would have made that decision, and you know, we'll see. Uh, it's tough, but we gotta be honest here. Like something's gotta change for something to change, and I'd rather just lose Instagram before I start getting mad at real people who make real impact in my life, just because I can't communicate and I can't be honest with myself and saying that like this shit makes me miserable. Right? I like to play up the humor of it, but it does. And when I'm miserable, everyone suffers because I'm gonna be honest, I'm just not. I'm not able to control it. I'm not when I get miserable, everything comes into one. I just get mad at everybody, and I don't want that. I'd rather cut out this shit myself before I inevitably scream at somebody for something they don't deserve. Is that immature to say? Yes. Does that express like bad self control? Yes. But like if I had those things, this video wouldn't be made. I wouldn't be miserable. But right now we have those things, so I think it's time to look it in the eye and be like, this isn't what we want anymore. You know? I think this was a decent video.